I listened to the Trump CNN town hall meeting last night, pretty close to twice when I was working, and he started out pretty slow. Seemed tired. Maybe he was bored, or I don't know, shaking off the rust. But I am kind of tired of hearing about 2020. Um, I would like to see the elections, the voting process revamped, tightened up. Um, there should be integrity. But the whole thing is I'm just tired of hearing him complain about it, and it sucks what happened. It's over. Let's go forth to 2024. He dominated after, I don't know, the first 15 minutes. He completely dominated. I guess it was scheduled to go on for 90 minutes, and it only lasted like 70 minutes or something like that. There was only one commercial. Um, I think there was 6 questions from what I'm hearing, because I don't know exactly how many questions, but there wasn't that many questions from the crowd. It was more of a debate, which everybody's saying, between him and uh, that whiny woman up there. Um, and I think he nailed it. I think he did a great job. I think that they cut it short because uh, he was killing it. Um, you got people on the left crying and screaming and saying he's this, he's that, blah blah blah. He's a he's a sexual abuser. And here's my thoughts. I didn't really follow that trial because I really don't care about following trials. But from what I understand, and I did see a clip of this woman. I'm all against any type of sexual abuse, unwanted attention from anybody, whether it's a man doing it to a woman or a woman doing it to a man. Um, but the thing is, they found him not liable um, for rape, and they found him. They didn't find him guilty because it wasn't. They found him liable for sexual battery and defaming her. So he has to pay $5 million. And then the left is basically saying that he raped her. I just find it kind of interesting when you're somebody who, and it could happen. I'm not saying it can't happen when you're that big of a star. Some people might um, forcefully do that because they get off on the violence parts. Well, this woman came out and she basically said on, I think it was CNN. Yeah, I think she was talking to Anderson Cooper. She said, I think it was a few years back. She said that she wasn't like held down and ravaged. What it sounded like, it was like an emotional thing for her. And then she said, which is crazy. She said that rape is sexy, and it's just like when you have a person who sounds delusional, sounds like she's crazy, coming out with allegations 27, 30 years later. It's just kind of weird. Like, why? The timing's so weird. You're fine all these years, and then all of a sudden now you want to have a problem with something. And it makes me wonder if everything that she is just made up in her head. I just don't understand why. He probably touched her on the shoulder or lower back or something. Like, I don't know. Maybe like give it like a hug. I have no idea. I wasn't there. But it just seems weird how when you're a person who's that famous, you can have pretty much any woman you want. Why would you need to sexually assault somebody? And I think that at the time, if there was some extra touching going on, I think that she was fine with it. If she wasn't, then I think that she would have made a big deal about it then and there. She would have sued him there. But no, she wants to wait 27 years later, and then we have the things with uh, the misfiled paperwork, 37 counts of 37 felonies they're trying to put on him in New York. It's like you could have 100% proof of 100% evidence proof that he didn't do something, and they'll still convict him of whatever crime they're trying to indict him for. Because I just don't trust the New Yorkers. They're completely biased. Same with Washington D.C. You can't trust those people if they think that you go a certain political way. They're always it does they don't like you. They're gonna want to throw the book at you. They're gonna want to find you guilty, and it's a kangaroo court. It's not trustworthy, and what it does is when they do this types of things and they arrest people and just let them back out, especially for violent crimes in New York, and then they go after like this thing with Trump. It wasn't a criminal case; it was just a civil case. But when you do these types of things, it just makes you look suspect. That's all. It makes you look sus. So, using a Gen Z term, but it's just your credibility just is out the window. But I think he did really good in the town hall meeting, and I think that seeing these libs get pissed off of Twitter, it shows how they're we should never give him that platform. But CNN, listen, that I think CNN is starving for ratings. I think they're in the trash, and they just kind of like, let's put Trump out there. Let's see what happens. And obviously, he agreed to it because there wasn't a bunch of leftists in the crowd. There's a bunch of people who support him or independent voters who possibly did support him in the past, and they're just looking at him like, I don't know. There's a lot of this stuff going out, and you kind of and it's bad. But then you look at the deep state, and you know that they don't want him, and they're attacking him all at the same time. I think he has a gag order on him, so he can't talk about the New York case at all. He can't defend himself in the public eye, and it's just weird, man. It's so weird. So it makes you think critical, like, what is going on? Why is there so much attack on him? Because they fear him. He made a lot of great points last night. I think he talked about how to stop the war in Ukraine. He didn't say how to stop it, but he basically said that just saying that Putin is a war criminal will push Putin harder and resist, of course, because if you say somebody's a war criminal, then they're going to be tried and executed. Of course, he's going to fight to the bitter end. And he talked about the economy, drilling, for oil. And my opinion on oil is I think that we need a lot of it right now so we can progress the technology. If we're not going to progress the technology and try to get off of oil, then yeah, we should go back to the 1800s if it were really hurting the environment. But I think that technology will save us. I think that right now, I think that we need capitalism big time right now, and I think that we need oil big time right now so we can progress off of this old system. And yeah, we'll go into a socialist type of system. We'll go into a communist type of system where the robots do all the jobs that we don't want to do, and then we can use our time to create or whatever we want to do instead of having to work these dangerous, boring jobs. We could have AI doing it for us or robots. And I think that's a good thing. And if we can, and if everything could be, if we can have abundance, like the whole thing with capitalism is, and I think this happens and purposely is companies create scarcity because if you have an abundance, then you don't have people to buy it, then it's if you don't have the demand to buy the abundance, then it's worth less. That's why they like scarcity. Um, I want there to be an abundance. I'm tired of this scarcity crap. I'm really tired of it. I don't like manufactured scarcity. Um, what was it? I think he talked about abortion. Um, and it was he, at one point he called her a nasty woman. She was trying to fact check him like right on the spot, like told that no, 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 and he just kept on going, and she was supposed to be a moderator, and she just was like, it was just maybe she had someone in her ear, pressing him, and I would have liked to hear more of questions from the audience than her talking. But they didn't want to give. They want the ratings because they're suffering, but they're still trying to hold on to that leftist narrative and with CNN to try to appease people. But I think, but I made a tweet yesterday, talking smack on AOC, and you know, she didn't want him up there. The rumblings were, the left was somewhat, they wanted to boycott CNN. They're upset that CNN gave him that platform, and it's like, why are you trying to hold back somebody's freedom of speech? Especially if you're a government official. Um, if you're a government official, you should stay out of that. You can have your opinion, but you're supposed to be defending the Constitution. Why are you a government official and you're supposed to be defending freedom of speech and you want people to be censored? You know, Murderers, serial killers, they were given a platform back in the day. I remember watching these people, like these interviews, and you can watch them on YouTube. You can, that's what they're trying to say. Oh, he's a criminal, he's a this and that. Dude, they give Jeffrey Dahmer a platform. They gave, like 60 Minutes and all that. They gave, what's that guy named? Charles Manson a platform. They used to give these people a platform to talk about things. Kaczynski. Um, so even if you think that, even if Trump is a criminal and you think he's a criminal, he's a piece of crap, not giving him a platform means that you're scared of him. You're scared of the truth. Um, if you're going to vote for Joe Biden in 2024, I think you're crazy. I think that um, you're gonna vote for. You obviously don't care about the country. You want to see the country destroyed. Um, and that's what the Democrat. That's what I see. I see all the choices that they make. They don't really care about the border. They just let everyone over here. They're not tough on crime. They're not tough on immigration. And I'm for immigration. I think that people should come here illegally. And I think that our government should give immigrants a chance to buy people's spots. For instance, if you are rich wherever country you're at and you want to move to America, and there's somebody here that's a citizen that hates this country, you should be able to buy them out. You should be able to buy their citizenship off of them and then buy their citizenship of wherever you came from and give them some extra money, if make a deal between them, and then the government can tax it too. And then so we have people that love our country, that want to come here. They love our country. Obviously, you have to regulate this, and You can't just be bringing, just can't be just bringing anybody over here because they could be, bring people that my thing is bring people that love our country over here. I've worked with some of the most hardworking, nicest people, and they're way better than the average American. Um, it's so weird. I know this is about Trump, but it feels weird when you get a compliment. When you get a compliment, it kind of feels like, okay, where's the backhand? Where is the negativity? Where's you know what I mean? So you kind of like, okay, are they being sarcastic? And you're like, because people are so negative here, and I'm included. Um, and that's just because we're toxic. Americans are toxic. I'm sorry, we're toxic. We're not wholesome no more. We're toxic people. Um, for the most part. So it's just these people are some of the nicest, hardworking people that I've ever met in my entire life. So I'm all for people coming here as long as they assimilate and they know English and they want to be a part of American culture and love our law, our constitution, and the way we do things over here and try to fit in. Because if I was going to move to another country, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to try to fit in. I'm gonna learn their language. I'm gonna celebrate their traditions. I'm not gonna be like, no, you have to learn my language and you gotta celebrate my tradition. It's like, no, man, you need to try to conform to the way they do things there because you're the outsider. Um, you don't have to. They don't. They can still celebrate their traditions. That's cool. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's just like definitely learn our language and respect our the way we do things here with the laws and stuff like that, our constitution. um, but yeah, we can't just have people coming over here skipping the line and bringing nothing to the country. No, not bringing any type of skills, or anything like that. And the Democrats are producing horrible cities. The cities should be beautiful. Our cities should be the most beautiful cities in the whole world. And they look like third world country. Like it's so weird. Like there shouldn't be any our whole country should be immaculate. There shouldn't be any crime, like hardly any crime. We should have mental institutions. There shouldn't be homeless people camping out in front of businesses on the street. People shitting in the streets. That you know, that's you know, and I'm all for states' rights. So if California wants to turn into shit, but it's like whatever. But it sucks when you live in a red state and the city's a shithole too. I want to go to the city. I want to have a good time. It's cool. Like cities are cool, man. Um, Me personally, I would rather live in the city than a rural area. I like to. I wouldn't mind living in a small apartment, um, and being able to walk to the grocery store, walk to my work, walk to the gym. That sounds awesome to me. And then if I want, I can go out in nature, go and hiking and all that. Um, but the cities just seem there's a lot of tension in cities right now. There's a lot of crime. The crime is escalating. It don't seem like a safe place to be. I don't want to be in any city right now. Like go and watch a game or hang out downtown. It should be a good experience. But these Democrats have destroyed these cities and they've created entitlements in people and it's it's horrible. So I think people need to vote for Trump in 2024 if they want good things to happen. All they call him a fascist, they call him this and then it's a bunch of bullshit. That's all it is. They are the fascist. They are the racist. They say all this shit because it's all projection. They're all in a cult. They have no moral standing. And I used to be a leftist, man. They don't have any moral standing. They don't have anything to stand on. If you can change your gender by the day, if you change your pronouns by the day, you got some problems, So, and you could do that. That's cool. I don't care, but it's like you are the problem. Okay, you got some emotional issues to work out. So that's it.